Hey, how are you? This is a bit impromptu. I'm at North Greenwich. Now, if I'm honest, there's only one reason I'm ever really down North Greenwich on the Foreshore. And this is normally because I'm popping into Ikea for some meatballs. So, but I thought it's low tide and I thought, why not go down and have a look as I'm here and take you there with me. So I'll show you where I am in a second. No idea. So this is where I am. Usual spot. It's where I found the iPhone a couple of weeks ago, and I've been trying to find who owns it. And I've been hunting for Spanish Trevor, who seems to be very elusive. But I think he's got the key to how I can find the owner of that iPhone. I think it's always nice to try and get the owner of that iPhone back, any phone that's lost to the owner. I was thinking, it's if you don't back up, it's those photos and other stuff on it and your contacts, which are so much more valuable than the phone itself. But anyway, so I'm trying to find Spanish Trevor to try and get the iPhone back to its owner. But anyway, I thought I would just pop down here because it happens to be low tide, and I'll show you I'm not dressed at all. I've got my Converses on, so I've got to be a little bit careful from the mud. But I thought I'd just come down here just for 10 minutes and have a quick look before I get my meatballs. Anyway, let's have a look. What else did I want to say? So I'm just finishing putting together the London Bridge video, and also the one down on Alderman Stairs. So I should hopefully get that done today, and I'll try and drop it tomorrow. Really interesting stuff on there. There's like the those tokens. They're like bag seals actually, and really interesting. I hope somebody can help identify them. They've got R and P on them, and I found a couple. I found some there in the past. It's a good place to find them. And Debs from Bury was with us there, and she found a couple too. They're really interesting, and it would be good to try and get some kind of identification. I posted it on the Mudlarking group, so maybe they can help. Anyway, let's have a quick look and see what's on the floor. This, actually, I have to say, there's a spot directly opposite which you can't really see because it's on the phone. It looks miles away. That's the Thames Barrier down there, and that's West Silvertown. So this is where I used to live, and this is a spot. It's such a great spot down there. Such interesting finds, very indicative of the people that lived there and still live there, and the history of this particular kind of area as well. Always curious when there's something written on the bottom, because it kind of gives an indication of where it may have come from. It's the stories, really, isn't it, behind everything that's fascinating, I think, more so than anything. Hey, good morning. Good morning, lovely Skull. Thanks for joining. But I thought I'd just pop here very briefly before I go off and do what I need to do. Just because you never know, and we had those kind of strong winds. Oh, I've got to be careful, I can't go in the mud because I've got just in my Converses. These are great, aren't they? Diaz. Get a few down here actually, river offerings. Sometimes colourful. The ones I found on the other side of the river I found intriguing because they had the swastikas on them, or the swastiks. But down here, they're just the colourful ones I sometimes find, not the ones with the swastikas on. It's funny, isn't it? It's like a footprint. You know how you get footprints in the sand? This is quite literally a foot. Um, the sole of a shoe. It's a really interesting piece of the foreshore because the water goes quite low, but when a tide comes in, you'll see it. It comes up to here as well. The only stuff I've ever sort of found around here in the past has been kind of late Victorian and turn of the century stuff, industrial. And of course the iPhone, which is still ongoing. And I'll do an update actually if I do manage to trace the owner. I'm determined to actually, but if I do, I will do an update on that. Oh dear, I just sorry, I'm just in my I'm in my Converse. I'm following these footprints, see where they go. But I thought I'd just pop here and have a quick look before I shoot off to, because Ikea is just literally across there, and I thought I'd just drop by and have a look. Ah, you're so welcome. Yeah, do you know, if I had a dog, I don't have a dog. I'd love to have a dog, but if I had a dog, I would definitely be down here and the dog would definitely be running around. That's great. Look at this. I mean, just beautiful. Look at this. And you can imagine for a dog to be running along the beach here would be amazing. Sadly, I can't have this dog really. It's just I travel a bit too much. And it wouldn't be fair on my family to leave the dog. I don't think they would particularly want one. And then when I go abroad as well, it's just I don't know. Maybe when I'm so when I'm a bit older, when I'm grown up. Maybe when I'm grown up, I'll get a dog. But actually, to take a dog mudlarking would be fantastic. The only thing is, of course, when you go down those escape ladders. Hey, Sally. I don't know what you do with a dog. I suppose I'd have to carry him in a rucksack or something. Anyway, I seem to be planning for a dog that I don't have. And I've created dilemmas that I don't need to have. Anyway, I'll think about that when I get to that. Really, yeah. I think if I can't see myself retiring, but if I do retire, that would make sense to have a dog. Especially if you live somewhere like around here, or on the coast or something, or near a park. That'd be just amazing to have the dog. This is nice, isn't it? Look at this. Don't know if you can see that. I was going to say it's a bit Wedgwoody, but it's not quite because it's kind of glazed. I don't know. Maybe Wedgwood is glazed. I don't know. It's nice, isn't it? The pattern on it. This is great. This piece here simply says beach. I have to take a photo of that. That's funny. Yeah, this is kind of wellies territory, but I wasn't planning on coming here, so I'm only in my Converse, so I just can't keep away. I'm always curious when wonder what that red thing is. Oh, spray can top. I have to be careful so I don't sink. So often whenever I come down on the foreshore just on this part and then I go into Ikea, I look such a mess, covered in mud. I have to go down to the toilets and have a good wash and clean my boots and everything before I go in. Actually, it's amazing the amount of times I've been offered food. That I've been down on the foreshore and I've kind of on the way home, I've popped into a supermarket or something. The amount of times that people have stopped or tried to give me money or to give me food. I think it's because I'm covered in mud and I look such a mess that I think people must think I'm homeless. I mean, it's so very kind of them. I mean, really, and I'm very grateful. But I don't know, I just can't not get muddy when I'm down here. I think this is as far as I'm going to go and then turn around. I just wanted to pop down ever so briefly and just have a quick look, see what's washed up. But if I go further down, I'm going to start getting into the tricky bits. This is great, isn't it? Just the green. Beautiful. Hey, John. I mean, this is great, isn't it? Because this is normally all underwater. And then you've got the low tide and they're all exposed and able to walk down it. It's just fascinating. All the history that kind of comes up. Just these, this is interesting, isn't it? So the old kind of mobile phones that you find down here in the babes. And when you think, you know, the stuff that we find now, and how fascinating it is in 100 years if these are, I would think they are because they're plastic. I mean, this the battery's been taken out, thankfully, on this. But in 100 years, when these are coming up through the mud, it's going to be fascinating for the mudlarks. Then, you know, to be finding them. Yeah, you can imagine if, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a fair point, Sally. I mean, I tend to be pretty muddy when I leave the foreshore. I'd imagine the dog is going to be completely covered in mud. But that's part of it, isn't it? All right, I'm going to head back, I think. Just a brief look. It's so funny whenever you come down the foreshore. Just get that feeling. It's such a lovely feeling that it's the same, you know, I guess if you metal detect, you'd understand that when you switch on the detector for the first time and start searching, and just that excitement, because you never quite know what you're going to find. And then, of course, when you do start finding stuff, especially coins, I just love coins, that round shape. It's just fascinating, exciting. Anyway, I'm going to head back. Thanks so much. Ever so brief, but I just happened to be here, and I thought, oh, I can open this up, and if anybody wants to get a taste of the foreshore this morning, then it's there. Okay, so just say have a most wonderful weekend. Enjoy, and I'm gonna go. There's some low tides, I think, coming up, and I'll be down soon properly to do some mudlarking, and I'll give some warning to do that. So if you want, you can join me, and I want to try and do some collaborations also as always with my good friend Carry On Larking. Love her to bits. But also with some of the other mudlarks to maybe do some collaborations and come down on the foreshore together. I'd also love to do kind of a mini series, a documentary, kind of interviewing all the mudlarks and just finding a bit about their life and their history, and to go walking with them on the foreshore. Anyway, so many things to think about. Good to see you all. Much love to you all. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you very soon.